I'm gonna give you 9 advantages to not having an air conditioner. You're doing a great job, Fatima. I'm really proud of you. But wait, I got a bonus. I come up with number 10. There's nowhere to run. Can't say the damage is done. You give love a bad name.
20, 30, 60, 70, 80, 100.
Where you going, Big Pumpkin?
To the market.
I'm showcasing your building.
Huwag tumilagay, doklan lagi tigat. I don't see any tobacco in there.
Just keep looking. My pipe needs some tobacco. There's nothing wrong with those shoes. Nice try. Those are like brand new. Oh, come on. Nah, you can get another, let's say another year's use out of those, baby.
Kurang be. Be. Nag-murder ng my shoes na.
Ain't nothing wrong with them shoes. Nothing wrong with those shoes. Those are like brand new.
Skill na. Mabush.
Baby, you're kicking up a lot of dust. I don't want to get dust in my lens. Can you do something about the dust? You're doing a great job, Fatima. I'm really proud of you. Yeah, but it's too much dust. Next time, can you just a little bit less on the dust, please? Now I got to clean my lens. You're just creating a lot more work for me here, my cinematography. Beautiful view of the mountains. The sun is just beating down on that mountain over there. Beautiful view in the morning. It's got a cow out there in the pasture. Nice shade under the mango tree and most of the day. Fatima is sweeping everything over there to the campfire location. Good job, Fatima. Beautiful, Fatima. Our street looks beautiful in front of our crib. So proud of you. Baby, I think if you got the mop, you could cut down on the dust. Baby, that was a perfectly good mango that you just threw over into the campfire. Everybody going to the market?
Yes.
Okay, listen, y'all be careful and stay close together, okay? And Maria, you help Mama with brother, okay? Don't be buying all that candy. Back to 9 advantages to not having an air conditioner. Now I'm jumping the gun on this one, but I've seen the data in the past. My electric bill should go down by, I say 90%, at least 80%, but I'm predicting 90%. How do I formulate that opinion? Well, many places in the past where we've lived, they post the light bills. I can see everybody's light bill. The local's light bill is roughly 1,000 pesos, say $20. This guy's light bill is 10,000 pesos, $200. The difference, they don't have an air con. this guy has air cons. So I'm looking real forward to getting my first electric bill. How many people actually look forward to getting their electric bill? That don't make no sense, but it does in this case. I am so excited about getting my first electric bill, living here in the new crib, no air conditioning. I'm so excited to get that bill. I think I'm probably gonna, when I first see it, I'm gonna start laughing with maybe a little bit of crying of happiness, and I will probably drop down into the floor and do some break dancing. You know what I mean? The living room in here has got no furniture, nothing in it. It's perfect for break dancing. So I'm gonna show y'all some 80s style break dancing when I get my first electric bill. That's probably the biggest advantage to not having an air conditioner. All right, and I'm not really putting these in order. I said top 9 or 9 advantages. This ain't the David Letterman show. All right, that's the biggest thing, financial, and I got a couple more points on the financial end, but the biggest thing is the light bill that is jacked up predominantly because of your air conditioner. Now, folks, the locals, when I compare these, they have refrigerators. They'll have a refrigerator, a TV, they're charging their gadgets, they got a fan or two. The difference is that damn air conditioner. Okay, moving right along. Another advantage to not having an air conditioner, living in an air-conditioned space. And hey, I'm in the tropics. All right, it's easy to say you don't need an air conditioner. You know, when I was in San Diego, one of the places I stayed didn't have an air con. You just opened up the windows and the doors. You know, same we're doing here. Nice cool breeze comes through. Free air conditioning. It was actually one place was in Oceanside, in the marina right there. Didn't need an air conditioner. All right, so the zombie apocalypse. We all know it's coming. All you doomsday preppers out there, my fellow doomsday preppers. As you can clearly see, I'm a doomsday prepper. Got 1 can of beer, 1 Jack and Coke, got some Dano chili lime. Looks like I'm a little light on that. Got a few granules left. Shout out to my buddy Josh and your lovely wife. Thanks for bringing that. That stuff was delicious. We used that real quick. The Cajun, delicious too. But this stuff, the chili lime, was like candy. She's putting that on everything, delicious. Look, big old thing of red chili. Emergency can of cream of mushroom soup. Big old can of corn. And that's about a 6-month-old block of cream cheese, not refrigerated. I'm not sure if that's safe to eat. I'll have to do the research. Ah, shoot, I'm doing good. I got ketchup, some oyster sauce. Life is good. Anyhow, the zombie apocalypse. You got to be prepared. All right, well, you filled your basement full of cans. I got 32,000 cans of Campbell's soup down there. I could live forever. I got buckets and buckets of flour, food grade buckets. What else I got? I got noodles. Man, I got 82 pallets of bottled water. Okay, so you're a doomsday prepper. You're gonna be prepared. Now this is a whole nother argument. I've done videos about it, because what most doomsday preppers are getting wrong when it comes down to survival is that you're going to leave your current location. You're going to displace. You are going to move. You are going mobile. When the wolf comes knocking at your door in the form of bombs raining down, artillery rounds, mortars, you're going to pick up you and your crew and your family, and you're going to go mobile. You're going to get the hell out of Dodge. And so your 32,000 cans of soup are not doing you any good in the basement. When the bombs start dropping, any type of NBC threat starts coming your way, 500,000 starving scarecrows coming out of the city, you and your old lady are not going to defend against more than 10 people. You think you are, but you're not. Smartest thing for you to do, and what you're going to do when the bombs start raining down, is you're going expeditionary. You can't take 32,000 cans of soup with you. So you want to know how to survive the zombie apocalypse, you have to be able to go mobile. Pretty simple, right? You live here, the bombs start dropping, you got to go over there. The bomb starts dropping there, you got to go over here. That's how you're going to survive, not sitting there trying to defend 32,000 cans of soup. Anyhow, what you don't think about if you're a doomsday prepper is conditioning your body to live without electricity. Conditioning you and your crew to live without all these amenities that you live with on a daily basis. And it's so funny when I see these doomsday preppers, dude's 400 pounds, riding around on his four-wheeler, got an M14 slung over his back. Not exactly set up for success. Not exactly set up for success in so many ways. Anyhow, conditioning your body. You know that old song? It's an Alabama song. Somebody told us Wall Street fell, but we was so poor we couldn't tell. What happens in America when the electricity goes out? Let's use the summertime. Holy shit, heat wave. People actually die from the heat exhaustion. The emergency rooms fill up. It's an emergency to get the electricity back on. Well, it is an emergency. If I live down in Texas or South Florida or New Mexico or Arizona, you're going to die without air conditioning. Well, that's the argument. But how did folks exist in those regions before the invention of air conditioning? How did folks in the Middle East live before the invention of air conditioning? How long has aircon been around? 100 years, if that? I don't even know. I got to look it up. How did folks exist before air conditioning? They did. Okay, they did up until recently. If you look at the history of humans, so you can't sit there and say, really, if there's no air conditioning, people die. You have to say the modern human who has been conditioned into pure weakness, who has no instincts or training or experience left over on how to survive it. Those are the ones who go down. Or the elderly who has nobody to take care of them. Another social problem. But back to the saying. Somebody told us Wall Street fell, we was so poor we couldn't tell. Look at my old lady's village. Now they're coming on up, getting some more modern amenities in life. But these villages like hers, especially out in the province in this country, they have brownouts all the time. Don't lecture me on the difference between a brownout and a blackout. Look, in America, if the electricity goes out, it's called a blackout. Here in the Philippines, if the electricity goes out, it's just called a brownout. It's what they call it. Okay? Anytime the electricity goes out, oh, brownout. Okay? Track it. When the electricity goes out in places like that, they don't even care. It doesn't affect anything in everyday life because they're conditioned to it. Even in this heat of the tropics, right? Electricity goes out, they don't care. Why? Because they don't got an air con and ain't never had an air conditioner. They're conditioned to living without air con, modern amenities, right? So, back to conditioning yourself in preparation for the zombie apocalypse. The first thing that's going to happen during any type of event like that is the electricity is gone. Voila. It's a very fragile amenity and luxury in life that most people in the West, you take it for granted. You know, you turn the light switch on pretty much 100% close to it percent of the time. That shit's coming on in America. And if not, it's a hurricane or an ice storm and it's an emergency. Well, guess what? Last night, or even right here, last night at about, I don't know, 7 o'clock, the electricity went out. And when did it go out? It's when I was in that CR taking a piss with my peepaw in my hand. All of a sudden, it's pitch black. What do you do? Well, finish up your 10100. Come on in here. You know, the kids are like, brown out. Yep. What do? You gather everybody up, go sit outside where it's cool, because the house going to get hot without the electric fans. We ain't got no air con. Got 2 fans. Shit, a little bit warm without the fans. Solution, go outside, sit in the cool breeze. No problem. Put a movie on the iPad. Got a Bluetooth speaker. Shit, we're having movie night under the stars. Did I have to change my uniform? No, because this is the uniform of the day. All right, so being conditioned to already living without air conditioning when electricity is the first thing to go, you can't even tell. It ain't no difference because you're used to it. So all my doomsday preppers, if you really want to train your family, more realistic way is when you do these little drills or whatever, turn the freaking electricity off. Just go flip the main breaker where everybody's internet goes down, the air cons go down, whatever. Flip that main breaker for 48 hours if you want some realistic training. You go to your cabin out in the woods, turn the electricity off if you want some realistic training. Okay? That's just the way it is. So there you go. That's another advantage. We're conditioning ourselves for the zombie apocalypse or the next world war, which is already at our doorstep. Okay? Advantage. The other advantage to not having an air conditioner and sleeping with the cool night air, sleeping without an air con, living without an air conditioner, is it makes life so much easier when you go camping. See there, didn't think about that one. We got a bunch of camping trips planned. If you go to the one video where I talk about $12 or $8 sweat box tent that I bought from Ace Hardware back in the day. Man, that was a sweat box. But in addition, we usually slept in the air con every night. We weren't conditioned. Fatima might have been conditioned to sleeping in the air con. All of us. We get on the beach in this sweat box tent. We were hurting. Okay? Because we weren't conditioned to it, right? So now, what's the difference sleeping here at the crib with no air con versus putting a tent anywhere? It's the same conditions, minus the fans. But last night we didn't have no fans and we did quite well because we're just used to it, right? You know what I'm talking about. A lot of y'all go camping. You can't stand one night in the woods. You can't stand 2 nights in the woods. Or if you go to the campsite, it gets too hot and there's too many mosquitoes, you tell all the kids to get in the minivan, you crank the frickin' engine, and you sit there and run the air con all damn night till the sun comes up. And then everybody's ready to go home, right? You know what I'm talking about. So, camping. We're already conditioned to sleeping outdoors. No difference, right? There you go, see, another advantage. Security. Now this is going to be a highly debatable point, okay? Because when you're sleeping with the screens open, all right, well you could say, well, them windows ain't closed, they're not locked, that's a security breach. Well, it could be, but you got to follow me here. It's very easy to sneak up on people or a house when they're inside the house, all buttoned up with the air conditioner running. It's very easy to sneak up on folks inside the house. And I'm going to tell you a story about a guy that I nicknamed Spider-Man. He's a cat burglar. Happened here in Southeast Asia. I'll tell that story in a second. Okay, if you have the windows open, okay, even with a fan going on, you hear the noises of the neighborhood. You do. What do you hear? You hear the dogs barking, birds chirping. Again, the fan's going to drown some of that shit out, but you're going to hear those noises where if you're closed up with an air conditioner, you ain't hearing shit. All right, it's easy to sneak up on your ass. It's sort of like, you know, back when I was a young deputy dog, dudes who would patrol with the windows up and the air conditioner running, the radio, the front time radio going, listening to the radio traffic. There could be somebody beating the shit out of anybody right over here next to their car. They couldn't hear it. It made no sense to me. All right, how did this guy patrol? Fucking windows down so I can hear what the hell's going on. All right, you stop, fucking look around and listen. What's your situational awareness if you have an air conditioner running? But it's hot with that vest on, man. I can't take it. Look, I worked in South Florida for a while. Got it. Tracking. That vest, when you took that vest off, it smelled like a baboon's asshole. You had to put that shit, you know, you had to dry that thing out every day. It was horrible, the amount of sweat. But hey, what's your job? Is your job to ride around in an air-conditioned car and fucking enjoy listening to Creedence while you roll through the hood? Or is it to be on fucking patrol? And probably 9 out of 10 fucking cops, they prefer the air kind and don't give a fuck. But some of us look at things a little differently. And that's just the way I roll. Did I sweat? Absolutely. But I could hear what the fuck was going on. Okay? Now, I'll tell you a story about Spider-Man. Let's see. I'll try to compress the story. But it happened here in Southeast Asia. Me and my buddy Doc Wayne were in an upstairs bedroom with the air conditioner going. And we were looking at some shit on his laptop. I was over in his room. He was showing me something. I can't even remember what the hell we were looking at. But here in Southeast Asia, there's no central heat and air, right? You have a mini splits. So when you go into the room, you hit the remote, the room cools off, you close the door, right? It's very compartmentalized. It's a lot more efficient than in America where we condition the entire house, whether we're home or not. Makes no sense. Here, you got mini splits for each room, or older window units. Sometimes you got window units. But it's pretty much, unless somebody's in that room, you're not running the air con. It don't make sense. So me and Doc Wayne are upstairs in this room, running the air con, the mini split. At the time of this incident, we had no idea that the incident was going down. Okay? A few days later, the neighbors started realizing this house had got hit upstairs, shit stolen. This house had got hit upstairs, shit stolen, skipped our crib, hit this house, stole some shit upstairs, and just went right down the line. Didn't hit our spot. Why was that? This was one of very clever, smart cat burglars. And I call him Spider-Man. With Spider-Man, and this ain't rocket science, but Spider-Man realized that if he hit around 5 o'clock when everybody was downstairs eating, it was like 5, 6 o'clock, supper time. He would hit around supper time where the probability was that everybody was downstairs eating and there was nobody upstairs. And the secondary check of the way he would check to make sure nobody was upstairs is he would just look at the mini split aircon units, and if they're not running at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, he rolled the dice and said there's nobody upstairs. They're all downstairs eating. So what he would do is climb up to the second floor, fucking burglarize the place, play Mr. Cat Burglar while everybody was downstairs. He was ingenious. Why did he skip our place? Because me and Doc Wayne were upstairs with that air conditioner running. So all he had to do was look up and be like, nope, can't hit this place stairs in that bedroom right there. See how that works? You can't pull this shit off in America with central heating air. It's all about guessing or looking at the lights or what have you. But to Spider-Man, it was pretty fucking simple. All I gotta do is see if the aircon is on. The answer is no, ain't nobody up there because it's too fucking hot. They're downstairs eating. He had multiple strategies that worked for him. And he was able to hit all of these houses while the folks were downstairs eating with dogs. Hell, people had their damn dogs down there. Dogs never reacted. And he skipped our place because he knew somebody was upstairs. Pretty ingenious, right? Anyhow, just a side note about air conditioners and security. It's a long story to say that while I'm sleeping now with the screen, I hear everything. There's no fucking way you sneak it up on this crib. Security way out is gonna let me know you're coming a fucking kilometer. I'm hearing them dogs. Now look, if you're a hard sleeper, this probably don't apply to you. All right, Big Pumpkin, the other day I let off that champagne bottle, wherever the hell is that. About blew a hole in the ceiling with the cork. Sounded like a 38 went off in this kitchen. That girl never moved. Okay, so it depends on if you're a light sleeper or what have you. But there you go. Another advantage. All right, security. Spider-Man don't know which room that we're in, which room to hit. He don't know. Plus, I'm gonna hear him. There we go. And then back to Spider-Man. It's the same shit. He looks over the fence, he sees the air cons running downstairs. He knows everybody's downstairs eating, right? With a mini split, it tells the burglars exactly what room you're in. All right, let's see, moving along. Another advantage of not having an air con. All right, everybody gathers inside when you have an air con. Stares at their screens, sit idle, munching on junk food, which equals obesity, laziness, and an early death. No aircon, people are usually outside where it's cooler, a little more active. There's less electricity running the TV, the gadgets, which equals less money, which equals electricity, less money on everything, which is saving the planet. Think about it. What do you do? You're sitting inside, got a TV going, all the gadgets, munching, sitting there not exercising. Being outdoors, an outdoor lifestyle. Let me make this statement. An outdoorsy lifestyle is much more healthy than an indoorsy lifestyle. I think I could successfully argue that on so many fronts. Sort of health related, right? You're outdoors more. It's a more healthy lifestyle. Moving on to the next point about saving money. Man, so many ways to save money by not owning an air conditioner. It's sort of like owning a car. Number one, the initial purchase. Okay, so you're out. What's a nice round number? 600, 700, 800, depends on what you fucking buy. $1,000, you get a nice Cadillac, what have you. Let's just use $1,000. You gotta spend $1,000, get that air con put in. God damn, man, in America, that costs $5,000. Give or take a few thousand. The initial purchase of the damn thing takes a huge bite out of your wallet, no matter where you're at. Then you got the maintenance. When the thing breaks down, every year you got to get it serviced. Load it up with some Freon. Cleaning the damn thing. Holy shit. Hell, we had to clean those filters down in Cebu like every 3 days, or they look like a chia pet. That's how much dust and particulate that's in the air. Just dirty ass air. Every 3-4 days. Well, it's better than to clean that filter than to be breathing the shit. Well, you got me on that one. But let's talk about the time. Every 3 days, we're spending 5-10 minutes cleaning those fucking filters. Every few months, had to get John and his partner over there to do a thorough cleaning of these things. And it's not free, and it takes time and effort. Holy shit. It's almost like a car. You buy the car, you gotta change the oil, fucking rotate the tires. It's not just the initial purchase. It's taking money out of your wallet. Thing breaks, you gotta call a repairman and take out a fucking loan just to pay it. They're big ticket items. If you don't have one, look at how much money goes back into your wallet. Something you might not think about. Another advantage. What are we up to now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Advantage number 7 of not owning an air conditioner. You wear less clothing around the house. This is pretty much my uniform of the day. Right here. Don't even got shoes or socks on because my feet are touching the nice, cool kitchen floor. Helping keep me cool. Uniform of the day, pair of shorts. Unless I go somewhere, this is what I wear. What does that do? Less laundry. Less laundry for Big Pumpkin. Less water usage. Less washing powder usage. Less water bill. And if you have a washing machine, that's less electric bill. Which means what? I'm saving the planet. I'm saving the planet. It's not just about Freon. I wear these shorts. It's all she's got to wash for the day if I don't leave the house. Damn. Didn't know how environmentally friendly that this could be. But again, I'm saving the planet. All right, advantage number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, this will be argued too. But I was like, you know what? Less health risk from breathing recirculated air and the bacteria that grows inside air conditioners, such as Legionnaire's disease. Now look, if it's your own damn house, you're keeping the thing clean and what have you. I get it. When you go to hotels and stuff, especially budget hotels who have no money to, kids are back. Yeah, come on in. They have no money to clean the air cons. Okay, you're taking a risk on breathing the air that those things are putting out. Don't put your face over there like this and just, wouldn't do it. Look it up, Legionnaire's disease. All right, I'm gonna have to pause the video because my crew just got back from the market here. Yeah, baby.
No tobacco, no glasses because
okay, I'll come right over here. Don't you want to give me a hug and a kiss? I'm making an award-winning travel show here.
No,
you're interrupting my.
No tobacco.
Number 8. What?
No tobacco. We charge all the market in the.
And there's no tobacco leaves.
No tobacco in here.
Hey, that's a bad time to talk about tobacco. I'm talking about the health risk of breathing recirculated air. And you're talking about tobacco.
Zombie.
Huh?
What the electric? This is zombie.
Baby, stay focused. So there's no tobacco in the market for my pipe.
Wala, then your eyeglasses is the ataw it's
How much?
close.
It was closed. So I asked for 2 items. Some tobacco for my pipe and some new damn eyeglasses.
Oh,
Voila.
it's closed the ataw, the open 10.
Why didn't you wait around till 10?
Kahila sa 4, she throw a fit in there. Every time I look around, everywhere the trike, it's there. He want to ride the trike. Saka, he throw a fit. As Maria.
Baby, you realize you...
Or she threw a fit in there, right?
Honey, we're talking... Okay, all right, so the children were children.
Next time, if we go to the Abu Market, I don't want to bring him.
Where's the stuff that you bought? And what are you going to make me for breakfast?
You see the trike? Joke.
Babe, the most concerning point here is, what are you about to cook me for breakfast? I'm starving. Okay, wonderful. Nice pulverized chicken and pork. Okay, well, I think first things first. I take a cold RC over some ice. My voice is a little strained talking about the zombie apocalypse here. All right, I'm trying to fight through this. You see why I do this while they're not here? They weren't gone for like an hour. My gosh, why next time y'all stay gone for 3 hours? Okay, 9 advantages. This is number 9. Not having an air conditioner causes your body to sweat more. It's your body's natural ability to eliminate toxins. It's also weight loss. Only fat people sweat. All right? I'm going to tell you that. Only fat people sweat. You go back 2 years ago and look at this guy standing in the kitchen. It looks like a different dude. I was a fat guy with a big old pumpkin head. Now this is my normal self, but I had allowed myself to get chubby because I was drinking a case of beer a day. Cheap ass beer at that. Don't drink cheap liquor or cheap beer. Don't do it. If you're gonna drink, spend the money. Drink quality beer. German beer, Bavarian beer, Jack Daniels. Don't drink the local dog shit in any country that you're in. It'll just pack on the pounds. It's killing you. If you're gonna drink, only drink quality liquor. You got some extra pounds, you got no aircon, you're naturally gonna sweat. Well, guess what, big pimpin'? The more that you sweat, the less you're gonna weigh. That heat is gonna naturally help you shed that shit. And the more you shed, the less you're gonna sweat, the less you're hot. 2 years ago, if I was sitting here in this kitchen, I would be pouring sweat. Miserable. Fucking miserable. Now, it ain't no big deal. Why? Because I'm not wearing a 30, 40-pound coat of fat. See how that works? You want to lose weight? There's going to require some sweating. Get rid of the fucking aircon. You're going to sweat. You're going to lose weight. There you go. Modern medicine ain't going to tell you that. Why? Because that shit's free. You can't sell you no pills or injections or none of that bullshit, right? Weight loss is free. It should put money in your wallet, not take money out of your wallet. People see me wearing a vest or a leather jacket, long sleeve shirt, hit me all the time. What the fuck, man? You're wearing a vest in the tropics. You're wearing a leather jacket in the tropics. You're wearing long sleeves or blue jeans in the tropics. Well, yeah. When you're fucking lean and mean and slim and trim, you can wear pretty much anything you want and not sweat. If I try to put on a leather jacket over my 30-pound fat coat, my coat of fat can't be done. See how that works? So, sweat. You gotta start sweating. You're gonna sweat. Look at this cold RC right here. When you get a cold beer or a cold drink, it just makes it so much more delicious
Ask for daddy, come on. Ask for daddy. Come on.
you're not sitting in front of an air conditioner. If you're sitting in an air conditioning room, it's a big deal. Just like back in the day. If you rode home in an air conditioned truck after a day of hard labor, there was no nostalgia to that. There was no adventure. But back in the day, working with my old man, my uncle, hard day labor, whatever we were doing, construction, pouring concrete, getting that 83 Ford with no aircon, cooler of cold, natural light, pop the top, rolling down the road. I'm not promoting drinking and driving, but you know what? I come from a different era, different fucking planet. Where back in the day, drinking one cold beer, driving down the road, it used to be acceptable. I realize it's not now, but generations and decades ago, man, I'll probably get my ass in trouble. You're promoting drinking and driving. No, I'm not. I'm just telling a fucking history lesson. All right, don't do that shit today. Society has determined that it's not safe and you'll go to jail. But back in the day with an 83 Ford and the heater was broken where it constantly blew hot air on your feet, couldn't fix it, couldn't turn the shit off. Been sweating all day, cracked the top on that cold beer, rolling down the road, listening to some country music. It made that whole day of labor in the hot sun worth it. Would it have been the same experience if we had the windows up and the air conditioner going? Nope, wouldn't even fucking remember those times. Oh yeah, it's all about the contrast. If I was sitting here freezing inside, that cold, ice cold RC would not be as delicious. It's the contrast of hot and cold, which makes it even more delicious. Oh yeah, man, that's delicious. All right, those are 9 advantages. Those are 9 advantages. And just sort of expand on that last one. I mean, air conditioner makes you lazy. It makes you lazy, it makes you comfortable. I talk about this video that this one doctor did. And it basically, he starts out the video by saying, want to get fat, get comfortable. Want to have heart disease, get comfortable. Want to have high blood pressure, get comfortable. Want to, develop diabetes, get comfortable. Humans were not engineered to be comfortable.
RC, you have a diabetes soon.
That's all right. If I go down right now, just let me go out with a mouthful of RC in my mouth because it's fucking delicious. And ain't nobody out there can lecture me on, well, that's why you're overweight because you're drinking RC cola. Go ahead, argue with my washboard. The proof is in the pudding. What was I talking about? You messed up my train of thought. Oh yeah, bring it on. Bring it on, baby. You're doing a great job. But can you show the camera what you're using to bust up that ice? Please show them. Okay. No, hold it up there. That's not the old one. That's my good Gerber strong arm that I was keeping under lock and key. But you know what? If you don't keep it in the kitchen, whatever, it ends up just sitting there in my bag, which I'm not a fan of that. You use your tools. Use the good towels. But she will take the good towels and wipe up, oil with them. She will take my good knife, as you can see, and break ice with it. Why? Because Filipinos are just inherently, they will destroy shit in your kitchen, especially. They'll destroy everything, but they'll destroy your kitchenware like this.
I'm going to cook.
You can't rush me because I just got through the 9 advantages of not having an air conditioner. But wait, I got a bonus. I come up with number 10. A bonus reason and advantage to not having an air conditioner. Okay? And it just basically summarizes everything that I put together here for you, for your consideration. Get tough or die. All right? And that was a motto. Get tough or die, airborne. All right? An army raised on air conditioning and modern conveniences and comfort has no chance against an army who are conditioned to the environment in which y'all are going to be fighting in. Do we not learn these lessons? I mean, you could sit there and go from theater to theater, but Vietnam comes to mind. Just use that for example, right? People walking around, their feet are fucking hamburger. Got to change your socks, keep your feet dry, whatever. All this fucking problems, stuffing feet into boots when you're walking through, wet conditions all the time. Where the enemy is strapping a couple of pieces of old rubber tires to their feet with a rope. They got no feet problems. Why? Because their fucking feet can dry out. You take a U.S. soldier, stuff his damn feet. Okay, the jungle boots help. They helped a lot. But you get my point, right? Being comfortable and being safe and creating all these conditions isn't going to work against your adversary who are conditioned to that environment as a way of life. How do you go up against them? Okay, come over here, baby. I'm trying to get through this bonus point here. Now look, let me see what we got here. Now look. All right, this is a half and half
50 kilos.
Corn. Corn came in here. This was corn sacks. I'm making sure it didn't say anything about chicken exhibitions because I'd get in trouble with the skinny jean wearing Google squirrels. But it doesn't. It just says chicken feet. Half and half. Okay, so these sacks, how much are they?
12.
All right, they're 12 pesos each, right? 12 pesos each. And you buy these things to use as trash bags because they're like a big, huge, they're basically like a huge, good sized trash can. They don't break, they're not gonna leak. 12 pesos. And you're recycling, reusing, whatever. A lot of times they'll dump these things out and they'll get reused again. So I said, you know what? What's really saving the planet? Buying this cheap dog shit right here that's just so thin. Look at this cheap dog shit. I mean, it's just so thin and so small. Man, I don't know why we bought these. I don't know what these things, what you can put in here. Next to nothing. And so we went back. I said, just buy the rice sacks. That's what we used to do. Anyhow, recycling, upcycling, trying to save the planet. And again, those chickens on there got nothing to do with the chicken exhibition. That's a sack of chicken feet. How are we raised in America? Central heat and air conditioning in the cars, everywhere you go, conditioned air. Forklifts to move everything around. People here in this country, there ain't many forklifts. Shit gets unloaded by hand. What does that do? It just makes the population fucking strong and tough physically. Well, physically and mentally. And speaking of toughening folks up, one of the purposes of initially not buying the aircon was to toughen up myself and the crew. Let's fucking toughen up a bit. After a year sitting in that house over there with 5 air conditioners, it's time to toughen up a bit. And don't feel sorry for us, because guess what? Majority of the population around here in this country, they ain't got no aircon. They survive every day in the tropic heat. So if anybody wants to hit me, you should be ashamed of yourself not buying an aircon for them babies. Well, you'd have to hit about 100 million people in this country and every other country that folks don't have the luxury of air conditioning. But that's what I'm here for. So number 10 is, hey, survival of the fittest. Survival of the damn fittest. It don't matter how many cans of soup you got in your basement. If the electricity goes out, which has to be the first thing to go in any real conflict, there ain't no electricity, how you going to be able to survive? Well, I got my solar. Again, first thing you're going to do is move. Go expeditionary. So just points to think about that you don't think about. Probably investing in 30,000 cans of soup as a doomsday prepper, you would probably be better off investing more of that money on some type of focus of being physically fit, able to move from point A to point B. Point A to point B. Does that make sense? All right, folks. That's my talk. I know I'm going to get hit. Bring it on. I love it. I love it. But still, we're living fine without an air conditioner here. We're living like our neighbors. There's a few folks that run air conditioners, but not many. I mean, like 2 or 3. There's folks that have some air cons. I don't see them turned on. So we are living like everybody else, and we're just fine. So at this point, do I see myself investing in an aircon? No. With that said, here's the funny thing, right? I was telling my buddy, he said, yeah, shit you don't think about. Computers. I've said many times that I don't love air conditioners, but my computers do. Okay? The average person, now look, I'm not Elon Musk or Bill Gates. I know a little bit about computers, and this is what I know. The average person, the average user, when you go to buy a laptop, get the most cheapest, bare bones, 16 megs of RAM. Really, the average person can get away with 8. But you don't need all the upgrades. They're just selling you horsepower that you don't really need. So let's put a percentage on it. I would say the average person, when they buy a laptop or a phone or an iPad or any type of gadget, if you are just a consumer of content, you are not using more than 5% of that horsepower. And I'm using horsepower as a redneck term of processing power, the graphics card, the RAM. I would say the average person, maybe 5%. Let's just up it to 10 to be fair. So Apple is going to sell you the latest and greatest chip and blah, 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 all this shit and convince you that you need it. But if you are just a consumer, the average user, you're only going to use 10% of that horsepower. So it makes no sense to buy the most expensive laptop they have. You're never going to use it. For example, okay, it would be like the only thing you're ever going to do is take your kids to school and back, and you go out and you buy a 4-door, 4-wheel drive dually. It has the capability, but as a soccer mom, you ain't never pulling no fucking gooseneck trailer with it. It doesn't make sense, right? So it makes sense for dudes like me who are crunching 4K 60 frame video with 300 bit rate on a daily basis, where those things I'm using 99.9% of that horsepower every day for fucking hours. That's the only time that it makes sense, right? So do yourself a favor. If you are just watching videos and checking your bank account and looking at the news, buy the cheapest bare bones version, because that's all you fucking need. All right, moving right along. In the heat of the day, when it gets a little bit warm, all right, I can't edit. The processors just get so freaking hot that it'll just start like skipping. It starts like dropping frames. It's doing what it can do to keep up, but it's just too much damn heat. There's too much heat on this guy. And it just can't get the job done. So I was telling my buddy, I said, yeah, man, when I say my computer's like aircon, I said, I've either got to do two things. Number one, just edit early in the morning or late at night when it's cool. No problem, they get along. But I can't edit in the middle of the day unless I break down and buy an aircon. So that is a factor. You know what I mean? No problem. I just don't fucking edit in the heat of the day. I'm not gonna break down and buy an aircon just so I can fucking edit at noon. It's not worth it. Just in the schedule. All right. Let me know what you think down in the comments. But again, we just went from a house with 5 aircons to none. And our lifestyle is already so much better. Everybody's just outside playing, splashing in the water. We're even walking more. We're going up the mountains. Already been to the beach. Nobody gives a shit about that aircon. Electricity went out last night. Lost a little. Folks, our fans are like this big. They're not like, they're just small fans. Go outside, enjoy the breeze. You'll live. So let me know what you think, folks. That's my talk. Thank y'all very much for listening. Hope I evoked some thought. I'll see you guys on the next one. Oh, one more thing. Tap that like button. Smash that like button. Tap that subscribe button. Now, if I said the right stuff, your little, where you click those buttons, it should have lit up red for a split second. It'll do it, trust me. All right, it helps out with the Google squirrels. Folks, I'll see y'all in the next one, and peace out. And watch this, I can shut this down from this app. It is a pretty cool app, because now I don't have to worry about focus so much. I'm sitting there looking at it. I can check the focus, check the ISO, check everything from the phone. I don't need somebody to help me. I don't have to run back and forth to the camera. I can just do it all from this damn iPhone here. Dang old technology. Wish we could go back to the 80s, even before beepers. Life was so much easier back then. With that, I'm out of here. Peace out, my friends.